Hey everyone, it's SniperKH, and today I have for you all the Spire of the Watcher Dungeon Guide. This guide will go over the 3 main encounters and will provide tips for how to complete each encounter with ease. I will provide the best loadouts and tips for the new dungeon as well, so without wasting any more time, let's get to it. Starting with the opening encounter, I'd recommend running crowd control and add clear weapons like SMGs, LMGs, and Wither Horde, and add clear and crowd control supers like Stasis and Arc. The objective for this encounter is to activate the Arc circuits in the middle to open the door. You'll start by killing a named Minotaur at the front and or back of the room and stepping into the pool they drop. This white pool will give you a buff called Arctrician, and once you get the buff, you can step out of the pool. When you get this buff, you'll need to shoot arc nodes around the area that look like this to connect arc energy. You'll want to shoot the node that is at the end of the chain if you were to start at the console. You'll know which node is the starting one by running the console in the middle and following the yellow wire until it reaches the final node. On screen now are the chains, so follow it if you need help. Once all of the nodes have been connected, you will move on. The first main encounter will have you doing a gauntlet styled fight. For this fight, the same loadout from the opening encounter will do wonders here as well. The encounter opens when you kill the Conduit Minotaur and collect the buff. The idea is you need to activate 2 sets of arc nodes around each floor to activate a man lift to the next floor. The first arc node is typically the one across from where the first Minotaur spawns, so use that to your advantage. If it doesn't seem to work, then try the other side of the chain, as the arc chain was kind of inconsistent for us. As you progress to the second floor, you'll have 2 hallways with an electric beam going up and down either door. This beam will drop you to 1 HP or flat out kill you, so be careful when entering this hallway. The final floor is the same thing as the second, so be careful when clearing it out. Once you've activated the arc nodes on the third floor, the encounter is done. The next encounter is the first boss fight. For weapons and subclasses, run Wither Horde and Linears with well and damage supers for maximum DPS and survivability. The fight opens when the Minotaur that is with the boss dies. You'll need to locate the Conduit Minotaur and kill it for Arctrician. From there, you'll need to activate the 4 chains of arc nodes around the boss arena. I'll showcase these 4 chains now so you know the locations. Once you have activated all 4 chains, the boss will move to the walkway which houses the final activated arc chain. Similarly to the Garden of Salvation boss, you'll need to shoot the red dots on the boss to destroy them. Once they're all destroyed, the boss will show a white spot in the middle, which will activate the damage phase. As the damage phase goes on, the boss will drift away from your team. But rather than following it, stay in the well, as if you follow the boss in the middle, it will do a knockback move and it will kill you. Once the damage phase ends, rinse and repeat to finish the encounter. The section between the previous boss and the next one requires you to shoot red arc nodes at a rapid pace. I didn't get a gameplay for the first floor, but locate where all the red wires lead to, then use the wires to find the nodes and then shoot them quickly. As a heads up, the Minotaur's spawn point is a great place to be at for shooting the nodes, as you can typically see all of the nodes. I did get gameplay for the second and third floor, so here's gameplay of the second and third floor. Once all nodes are shot rapidly, the door will open. In the final room, the door is in a corner. Welcome to the final boss fight. Similarly to the last fight, run Witherhoard and Linears with well and damage supers. I would also highly recommend running Div, as even though you may not be able to take advantage of the damage debuff, the crit bubble will help you hit your shots easily on the boss. When your team is ready, start the fight by walking up a bit towards the boss. When the fight starts, you'll have 2 named Hydras spawn on either side of the room, so kill them fast. Once the Hydras die, 2 conduit Minotaurs will spawn, 1 on each side of the room. Simply kill these Minotaurs to take the Arctrician buff and shoot the red nodes that are on the inner sides of the columns and above the main doorway. When all 5 are shot, the room the boss was in will open, and 2 of the 4 yellow nodes that are located on the opposite sides of the pillars, where the red nodes are, will then open. You will need the Arctrician buff in order to shoot these nodes as per usual, and you'll need to shoot them in the chaining order in order to start the boss fight. You can once again use the yellow wires from each node to help you find the next one. Once your team is ready for DPS, bring the Wyvern boss into the newly opened room and then shoot the last node. Once the final node is shot, have everyone run out of this room immediately. If done correctly, the boss will crouch in the center of the room and start glowing. Once you're back in the starting room, locate the Conduit Minotaur and kill it for Arctrician. Once you get the buff, shoot the same 5 red nodes, and once the nodes are shot, your team is ready for the DPS phase. The boss will do some pulse thing in the other room, which will cause the doors to open. When they open, the DPS phase will begin, and your team will have about 15 seconds to damage the boss. Once the phase is over, the boss will go immune. Rinse and repeat the same process over and over again for an easy completion of the Spire of the Watcher dungeon. That wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. I'll be posting more videos on this dungeon in the future, so be on the lookout for that. If you are interested in farming this dungeon, I'll be live tomorrow with farms for this dungeon right here on YouTube, so be sure to tune in. Finally, follow me on my social media platforms, all linked in the description below. With that being said, I'm SniperKH, and I'm out. Good luck with gaming.